Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mary Murphy reporting from the Bronx County Hall of Justice, and we have some headlines from the second phase of the Junior case, which really started today. You know, the verdict was on Friday with the first 5 defendants all found guilty of murder in the first degree. Well, it turns out that the prosecutors from the Bronx DA's office are now willing to offer the additional 8 defendants a deal of manslaughter in the first degree if they're willing to plead guilty and avoid the arduous process of going through more trials. The lawyers for these defendants were in court today. They said they would speak to their clients. Only one of the suspects showed up, Ronald Urena, and he actually looked back at his little girl, his daughter, who was sitting in the back seat of the courtroom. He smiled at her and said, "Hi, Jocelyn, I love you," and then he left. It's unclear whether any of these defendants will accept the offer of manslaughter in the first degree, which carries a maximum penalty of 25 years. The earlier end of the spectrum would be 12 years or so. It would be a matter of the numbers being agreed upon between the DA's office and defense lawyers. This is a way to avoid long, drawn-out trials. The judge has said he doesn't want another case where there are 5 defendants at one time. So if you had to keep going, trial after trial, 3, 4 more trials, the prosecutor wants to avoid that. That costs a lot of taxpayers' money. So the deal is on the table if the defense attorneys are willing to consider it. There might be negotiations over the amount of years that would be involved. But that's the headline this morning, an offer of manslaughter in the first degree to the 8 defendants remaining in the Junior case. We'll have more later today. I'm Mary Murphy reporting from the Bronx County Hall of Justice. Hello, it's Mary Murphy, and I'm back again with Junior's mother, Leandra, and his sister, Genesis. I want to apologize. We had some technical difficulties a little bit into our webcast, our live webcast from the family home here in the Bronx. So we apologize for those difficulties. We just want to acknowledge that this week will mark the first anniversary of Junior's murder. He was only 15 years old, finishing sophomore year in high school, and the verdict just came in on the first case Friday night. 5 men, the stabbers, all convicted of murder in the first degree. And we'll talk about that a little bit, but first I want to talk about remembering Junior, what this Thursday will mean to you, and what you want the community to do to remember his name.
Hi, hello, hi everyone. Thank you for all the supporters. My name is Guzman Feliz. This Thursday is gonna mark 1 year after the tragedy of my son. This Thursday we're gonna have a mass at the Mount Carmel Church, and after the mass we're gonna have the vigilia.
What does vigilia mean?
Vigilia, we're gonna pray for 1 hour. It's different to the mass. It's something we're gonna candle inside the church.
Candles.
And after the church, after the vigilia, then we're gonna walk to the bodega with candle with Richie Torres and the community.
And you said it's hard for you to go back to that spot. You moved away. You lived on Bathgate Avenue, and you moved to this new place. And
It's really hard. It's really bad to go back to the grocery store. I don't wanna not even step inside in front of the door. I don't wanna be there. That was a horrible. It's a place in the earth when they killed my son. I don't feel like I love to go to walk in there, but I'm gonna candle over there. That's when the tragedy happened. And for the community, just be supporting me. God bless you, all of you, and I really appreciate it. And I wasn't expecting all the support that I've been having all over the world. Thank you very much, and God bless you, Togo.
yeah, I mean, you've been hearing from people in Australia and South Africa and the Netherlands and Paris, and they write you and send you gifts. And Genesis, this is one gift we're sitting right in front of. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Who made this artwork?
His name is Art by Bankrupt. That's his Instagram name. He messaged me directly on Instagram from Hollywood, Florida, that he wanted to send this out to us.
So that's very, very beautiful. I know. Now,
I love this one too.
you love this, and what is this? Why does this mean
It's from
something?
Miami, Florida. This is in Spanish. This is like gift from God. They have the picture of me from Junior. And it's
Regalo
saying-
de Dios.
Regalo de Dios, dice.
You can read it in Spanish.
Ok, desde el vientre supe que tenías propósito y ahora descansa en los brazos de Dios. Él me dio 15 años en la tierra y una eternidad completa para amarte. Siempre serás mi hijo, mi bebé, Pronto estaremos juntos para siempre. Lesandro Junior Guzman Feliz.
So what does that essentially say in English? If you could translate, what does it say?
Okay, translating you just.
So,
They say, God give you 50 years of your life.
God gave
Yeah.
you 15 years of your
And
son's
and
life.
an eternity to love.
An eternity
And
to love
eternity
Junior.
to love Junior.
And
And one day we're gonna be together,
Forever.
like God say. And this is coming from one.
I like a
church.
close-up of the picture because I've seen this picture, the photograph, and it was used and etched into wood for
Yes,
this
beautiful.
memorial.
That's coming from the church. One church in Miami, Florida. They call. Let me remember the name from the church is coming from Florida.
But you love this. You
Yeah,
say
that's-
that's special
I love
to you.
it.
So we'll put
Special to
that
me.
back. And Genesis, I know that there's something
And
else that's
there's
special.
something that somebody left at the cemetery on Mother's Day.
I'm going to play the music a little.
Yeah.
This Mother's Day.
This Mother's Day, somebody left this gift for me.
Let's hear the
Says,
music.
yeah, from Junior to me, they left at the grave at the cemetery. When I went to visit him on Mother's Day, I got my gift from Junior.
That was very thoughtful.
Yeah. That's people, that's the supporter. Thank you. All the supporters all over the world. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. God bless you. And I don't have the word to say thank you. It's more than thank you.
Genesis, when the verdict came out on Friday, you didn't go to the bodega only. You went to the hospital security booth where your baby brother had collapsed last year with that lethal wound. And why did you feel you wanted to be at the booth? And you said you heard a song too that
Yeah.
resonated with you right as the verdict came out.
Yeah, right as the verdict came out, literally as soon as I was done reading it, Plug Walk came on. And Plug Walk, everybody knows that that's like, there's a video of him dancing to it.
There's a
So-
video of Junior
Yeah.
dancing to Plug Walk.
Yeah.
That's a group or a person, a
No,
singer.
just like, yeah, it's, I forgot his name. I think it's like Rich Kid or something like that.
But it's very catchy.
Yeah.
So you heard that, and it made you automatically think of your brother.
Yeah, like, I was already crying because I was happy, and then when I heard the song, I started crying even harder, and I was like, oh my god, like he's here, like he's here. So then I felt like I had to go there that day because for some reason, like I couldn't go to the cemetery, but for some reason, which is weird, but I feel closer to him when I go there.
To the security booth,
Yeah.
because that's where he took his last breaths. And I know one of the girls who testified, you knew her your whole life,
Yeah, she lived on the block like my whole life.
and she said his last words were water, water,
Yeah, he wanted water.
wanted water.
This is
So, and she, she was brave to testify. What are your thoughts about the people who got up and took the witness stand with the evidence in front of these 5 gang members, Trinitarios? Do you think they were brave?
about
The witnesses, like the woman who
Like
lived
Sosa?
upstairs. Yeah, not Sosa. The woman, the young woman who had a little girl in the bedroom, and she watched, and then she ran downstairs and she went up to the
Samita.
hospital.
who's that? I didn't know.
La morenita que estaba, que son
She was in the beginning. Yeah, she was in the beginning. But I have to ask you, the verdict came. You were not in the same courtroom with the suspects who are now convicted.
Yeah.
You had made a decision at the end of the trial. You had gotten too emotional a few times. You had some outbursts. One of them you called a nervous breakdown.
Yes.
You made a decision to watch from the 6th floor.
Yes.
So you were like 6 stories away from these 5 men when they were convicted of killing your son.
It was the same thing to be watching closer. I heard clearly. I was there at the same exactly time when the verdict happened.
So you don't regret not being in the same courtroom?
No, I do not. I feel very comfortable to hear from all the floors.
You feel comfortable that you were 6 floors away, but you heard the same result.
Yes.
You heard the verdict.
Yes.
And we saw you in the hallway greeting the press with the DA after the 5 men were convicted of the top
Yeah.
counts, murder in the first degree. You seemed like a weight had been lifted off your shoulders. You were very subdued. You were not coming out emotional like you did sometimes during the testimony. So what was your feeling when you greeted everyone right after the verdict?
They give me time to express myself what I want to say. I wasn't feeling no pressure like do not talk, don't say nothing. Everything's gonna damage the case. You're gonna damage the cake. You're gonna hit the cake. You're gonna hit the cake. And I don't know what to say. What am I saying? What am I doing to hit the cake? I just want justice for my son. I just say they killed my son. That's what they did. And then that's like I don't know if I can talk or not. I say what am I doing to hit the case? I never know what I'm
Yeah, well, they were concerned because defense attorneys could say, oh, there's too much publicity. So I guess they was
Publicity
concerned.
was that the killer did when they killed my son under the camera and been recovering. They did this case published, not us. Now they have to pay for what they did.
And there are 8 more people that are charged with murder in the second degree. And there was a hearing today. Only one of them showed up. His little girl was, his little girl was in the courtroom, and he said, "I love you" to his little girl.
And I read in the newspaper that the only reason he went to the court was because he wanted to see his daughter. Now he's saying he have a daughter. He should think he have a daughter before he's chasing Junior and kill my son. I hope they kill his daughter.
No. We can't say no.
No, we can't say nothing like that.
No.
Yeah,
No.
but they kill my son.
No.
I know. I cannot be talking about that.
Because children are
Because-
innocent. Children are innocent.
My son was innocent. That's what happened. My son was very innocent, like his daughter is too.
Yeah.
But if I were willing, I don't want nothing. I don't want they kill my son, and they kill my son.
All right. So anyway, you are not in court today, but this case might be different than the first case. The first case involved the 5
That's what
men.
we know because they abused my son. That's what there is.
But we won't get into all the logistics of the second case, which is supposed to start September 23rd, pretrial hearings, and 8 more men will face murder in the second degree charges unless they decide to plead guilty to something else. But anyway, this Thursday, we will be there when you have your memorials for Junior. I know you have a community event on Saturday. And as a young person, Genesis, you're 18 years old. Your brother would have been 17 this year in November. He would have been starting senior year of high school had he lived this year in September. What do you want the world to remember, the city to remember about Lesandro Jr., Guzman Feliz, your baby brother?
I feel like whatever I want them to remember is already in them because they saw how he was and they saw his personality and what kind of kid he was, what he wanted to do when he got older. Those are the things that I want people to remember, not how he died. And people already do remember him that way.
They remember his light, his zest for life, and the way he tried in school. I know his teacher said he really tried hard in school.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah. Well, I have to thank you for bringing us into your home this evening, and we'll be there on Thursday as people come out and remember Junior for the vibrant light that he was in the community. And we want to thank you for having us here, Miss Feliz.
I can't wait for that event.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I thank the viewers for being here. Good night. Thank you once again for joining us on Facebook Live.